Did I get a good ways into a project and only then decide that maybe I should make a YouTube video out of it? Yes, this is because I'm a bad YouTuber. So this thing was worn in when it was given to me as a hand-me-down, and that was 20 years ago. So this has been on there for a while because the collar wore out first, and now it's reached the point where it's just like no part of it is really unworn. Like, it's holding together fine, it's warm, it's wonderful, but for my sister's party, holiday party, it's gonna be a high of like 38, okay? And no, I need this jacket. And maybe it could be less this for the holiday party. So I had a linen shirt that was a complete fail, and I cut it up, and sleeve 1 went there. Let's put sleeve 2 over there, and then we'll figure out if the body covers the body. As usual, we are not doing sewing machines or ironing or measuring on this channel. Now, if you wanted to do a sewing machine, I think you'd have to mostly take the jacket apart. But I'm just taking an approach where I'm sewing really big patches onto the outside of the jacket. It's just that the goal is to cover it completely and to just snag the outside. It goes faster once I'm further into the process, but this is the line that is supposed to run from the top of the shoulder all the way down to the cuff. And so I'm trying to be, hey, careful about it, since it's what everything else on the sleeve radiates from, you know, or runs parallel to. Also, the sleeve does not fully cover the sleeve. I discovered that on the other one. So that'll just need more patches. And will look just fine, I am sure. So the grand plan is to just cask of Amontillado, well, the entire jacket, but specifically the cuff at the moment. Wrap it all up, and it never happened. And then I'm going to put something on the inside because I do want to make the sleeves longer. Sleeves are not long enough. Ta-da! Shockingly, random sleeve off of one failed project does not completely cover the sleeve on a completely different project, but it got closer than I expected. So this, see, just a little, I don't know, patch, except it's going under, and here, holding over the edges because linen, frays, and I've got a couple other colors of fabric to incorporate if need be. But in this case, I just want to keep rolling with the same color and make this patch visually unobtrusive. I have to do the same thing on the other side, and then we can move on to the body. Whoa, nope, went all the way through there for a second. Let's back up. There we go. I'm trying to just catch the outside of things. Put a finger crease down the center of the back, and now I'm going to sit her on the floor and sew it down so that it hopefully is straight and centered, and then I can go back to stitching in comfort on the couch. Dude, what kind of shape was I even making with this thing? Anyway, I'll carefully sew down to the edge of what I need and then trim off what the excess. And in related news, cutting off all the buttons and putting them in the button jar so that I'll have them for some other project when I feel like dealing with buttons. So I have incredible news. I went rummaging and found the piece of fabric I was cutting up for the failed project, and it still exists and there's enough of it that I'm no longer worried about having to do really weird patching on things, so that's wonderful. And if you're watching along thinking, wow, this seems incredibly haphazard, yes, you are correct. It absolutely is. And that's okay. Haphazard is kind of a thing around here. But one thing I do think is important in this particular project is I did the sleeves first because I want the sleeves to be set inside the body of the jacket, like visually or whatever. And there we go. Oh, crap. Set inside the body of the jacket. And then I did the back because I want the shoulder seam to be leaned back to make it look like I'm standing up a little bit straighter than I ever do. Because the direction of the fabric folding over it has more of an effect than it ought to, considering how small seams are. Right? But a couple times I've accidentally put sleeves on the that go over the body, and God, no, that was a yikes, undo this nightmare situation. So yeah, I'm just patting it smooth and sewing it down. And then we have 2 layers of linen forming patch pockets. And honestly, this stitching is just, I don't know, for pretty to integrate into the coat as a whole. And this fabric, alright, so I decided to keep what I did. Oh, that's already. Anyway, I decided to keep what I did with the collar previously, right? And so multiple fabrics seemed like a good idea, and this is my cuff solution. It is aesthetically probably goofy, but if you, like me, want to wear your sleeves like this all the time, it's perfect. It's perfect for me, and it never rides up and exposes my poor little cold wrists. It's love. And now I'm doing 2 more patch pockets on the inside of the jacket, because you can't ever have too many pockets, and because I remember having inside pockets on a biker jacket when I was in high school, and I really liked them. So next up is the terrible proposition of actually going outside to show you this. I barely got above freezing today. It's a miserable winter. But let me finish this up, and then outside we shall go. Going? I haven't looked yet, but that was probably the worst reveal ever because I don't do cold, man. But hey, look, we'll do detail shots. How about that? Believe it or not, I wore this to the post office, and a woman told me it was chic and asked where she could get one. And I've never been called chic in my life, so that's hilarious and kind of cool. It's warm. Objectively, it is warm. Any normal human would, I'm sure, be fine in these temperatures with this. And honestly, my torso was fine. I just refused to, like, put clothes on the rest of me that were weather appropriate. So, silly me. But I'm back inside now. And about to do some video editing. So, I don't know. Maybe detail shots are informative. Mostly they just seem like what I ought to be doing as a YouTuber. I love y'all. Thank you for bearing with me.